We went for a walk in Peg City and came across some angry widows. Welcome everybody to Guitar Tone Central. I'm Mark, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about some angry widows we ran into today. And what we're talking about is angry widow pickups from Peg City. Now, we had an episode on Peg City, their single coil T-style set, Telecaster type pickups, bridge and neck, killer pickups, fantastic. Couldn't find any bad sounds out of those things. So today we're going to explore some humbuckers. Now, before we do that though, please do us a favor. Click down below to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. We greatly appreciate you being here, and click on the notification bell so that you can find out when our latest video gets released. So thank you very much. We appreciate the time you're spending with us here today. Now, let's talk about these angry widows. What the reasoning was darkness, okay? For those who want to chug, for those who want heavy duty metal, death metal, heavy rock, hard rock, that kind of thing, they wound the heck out of these things, okay? So the concept was to have thick, saturated, dark sound. How did they do that? Well, the first thing they did was they had a lot of windings and a lot of resistance. So typically, you're not going to have such a high resistance rating on these things. This is the bridge pickup, and it's wound to 16.6K, which is a lot of resistance, and 10.1 Henrys is our inductance reading on that. The higher the number, usually the greater the output, and you'll find out, yes, it does mean that. The greater the output, and also more on the low end, more meat. So that dark sound, that's what they're going for. Then they matched it up with a bridge pickup, not quite so hot. Let's see, we got 14.5K instead of 16.6, and then only 7.7 or so Henrys on the inductance for the bridge pickup. But that's still quite a bit of output. That's still some pretty heavy duty specs on these things. So one of the questions you have to ask yourself when you're talking dark, heavy metal pickups, am I gonna get mud or am I gonna get clarity? How angry are these things going to get? We don't like angry where you can't hear the notes, all right? Where everything just gets super, super slushy and muddy. And what I'm going to do first, we're going to go exploring the tone of these pickups, but we're going to compare it. We've got our own little hexaphonic pickup that we use. It's called the R66, and that's got its own individual coils for each string. We're going to see how that compares, because you got a lot of clarity there, since each string has its own humbucker basically inside the pickup. Another thing that's interesting about these angry widows, they're using Alnico 8 magnets. You hardly ever hear of Alnico 8s being used. Usually it's a 2 or a 5. They went with the Alnico 8, and these are also wax potted, which means they dip them in wax so they're fully saturated to avoid not harmonics, but microphonics, so that you just get a smooth sound without external interference that might vibrate those strings, because they're all encased in wax inside here. Very cool looking color. I love this dark chrome. So let's go do some exploring. Now, one thing we did different today, instead of going through our Mesa Express 550 amp, I went with we have a PV6505 Plus. Now that's an angry amp. That was designed by PV with Eddie Van Halen. That's their own model number, because Eddie took his 5150 model name with him to EVH. But the circuitry is the same. If I was going to look for an angry amp, it'd be Eddie Van Halen. That boldness, brashness. So it's all tube. 60 watts, 112 combo that we've got here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to run our pickups through that, both clean and dirty. So let's see what we got. So we're going to start out with, this is the Somnium R66. So hexaphonic pickup. Well, let's see what the clean sounds like on the bridge here. If I'm going to pluck individual, Pretty clean, pretty clear. Supposed to be. I detect a little bit of high-end harshness maybe. Not too bad, not too bad, but let's see what the Angry Widow does. We're going to go with, what do we got? The bridge. Let's put the bridge where it belongs. Let's do the same thing. That already sounds nice and smooth. That was one of the nice characteristics of the Peg City Tele pickups that we tested, was smoothness and clarity. So I like that. I like that we've got a little bit, even though our R66 is designed to be a high output pickup, just like these are, it's an active. It's a little bit different. So you got a little bit of that bright, little bit too bright maybe, high end. We could tame that a little with our tone knob, but we've got the tone all the way up like we usually do. Let's go ahead and snap in the bridge pickup. So, bridge, neck. We got more meat in there. I like it. It's bold. It's on the dark side, which is what they were going for here with the Angry Widows. So far, so good. Let's put it in the middle. Bridge. That actually kind of mellowed out. How about the neck? Now we got some dark going on, which is what you'd expect, but it's really interesting how in the middle, if we do the bridge, middle, kind of comes alive for me, comes more alive in the middle position. So let's turn up some overdrive. Now these are supposed to be angry. That's what we're going for. So let's see, you can hear that. I just switched from middle to bridge only. We're getting a little bit of feedback because we got some high output and we got a high output amp. I'm going to crank down the gain just a little bit just to get that squeal out of there. They made these pickups for chugging, stuff like this. Let's put it in the middle. And neck. Compare that to our hexaphonic active pickup, the R66. See what we got. That one was made for high output chugging too. But here we're only in the bridge. only bridge position for this for now. It's that smoothness that we've heard before from Peg City is what I love about these pickups. So that's what we're getting here too. So no different than the single coils, Peg City. I think that's really the two sets of pickups we've tested from them. The theme is smoothness and clarity. The high end, the harsh high end is gone. So you get, and we could hear that on clean. It's just smooth. It's just smooth. Put ours back in. Not quite as meaty. It's that meatiness. And man, I think if that's what they're going with for heavy metal, hard rock with the Angry Widows, that's what we got. So what did I discover today in my journey of tone? Peg City is the place to go for smoothness and clarity. And I don't know, mellowness, I guess. It's not mellow. They're still angry, of course, but they're not shrill. Nobody likes shrill. We like to chug. We like to headbang with smooth power and clarity. That's what really makes that type of genre just a blast to listen to, and you know it when you hear it. So folks, please check out Peg City Pickups. We're going to have the link down below for Peg City. Also the link down below for Somnium Guitars, which we use every week. Please check them out. And don't forget to come back when we have our next episode. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone you know. Come to Guitar Tone Central, and we'll see you again next time.